There we go. Thank you, Pamela. Let's do it again. Take two, Shay. Good day. Good day. Good day. Good day. I am Rep Melissa. This is Morning Sip. SIP stands for Spirit and Practice, where we practice because practice makes progress. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for letting me know y'all can hear me now. So, as I was saying, I'm not home. I'm at one of my happy places on the planet, and that is at the home of my dear friend, Debra Riva. And so, Debra Riva is our special guest today, and I am just thrilled to have this conversation with her. So, good day, everyone. I see you all joining in. Spread the news for this one, y'all, because this is a treat. This is a treat. Fee said, "Hey, Miss Deborah."
Hey, Miss Fee.
So, Deborah, where shall we begin? So, we are right now sitting on Deborah's
Sunroom.
sunroom, and right behind us, you see beautiful pieces of art. And every piece that you see is a piece that Deborah has painted, drawn, yeah,
Anguished over.
anguished over. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. So, Deborah, have you always been an artist?
No, I was in the corporate world for many years. I remember as a little girl, I would sit and draw the same little house with a little tree, and I didn't think I had any talent. Now, pay attention to the word talent because I'm going to share about that. And then after I retired, I started doing collage, and I did collage for many years. And then because something drew me to it. It was
Mm,
easy because it was like, okay, you take some paper and you rip it apart and you paste it on, blah, blah, blah. But you had to know about composition and color, which I kind of innately knew, but I didn't really know that I knew it until I
mhm.
did it. Um, and so during COVID, I was there's so many art classes online now, and I think COVID was like a real force behind that. I found this free 5-day abstract art class, and I wanted to learn how to do abstract. And I said, okay, I'm going to take it. So I took it and I loved it. And then, of course, at the end of the 5 days, you find out there's a 3-month class that you have to pay for. And I looked at my partner and I went, I think I have to do this. And she said, if not now, when? So I took it and it just opened up a whole new world for me. And so I'm doing mixed media. I'll do abstract. I'll include collage sometimes. I'll do collage. I just play with whatever I'm whatever intuitively shows up.
I love that. And I love that you use the word intuitively. So, share a little bit about your process.
Well, I it's challenging for me because I come from the head, and we so many of us do in
Mm,
this world in this society and world that we live in, where it's all about the product.
mm.
And what I've learned is and that you have to have talent, which is BS. I would say the words, but I don't want to curse with my friend with the Rev over here. So I learned that the first class that I took, that I talked about, the 5-day one, they said you don't need talent.
Mm,
No, nobody needs talent. You need the passion. And that lit up a light bulb, and I went, okay, that's what I have. And also to not feel, and this is my struggle, is to not feel that I have to make a finished product, that
mm,
it's all about going into my studio or sitting in the corner of my dining room table, if that's all the space that somebody might have,
mm.
and with paper and pen or pencil or crayon or anything, and just play.
Yeah.
And so that's been a challenge because I'm always thinking, oh God, how do I make it look great? It's like, no, just play. Like, bring my 4-year-old out to play.
Yes, yes. And it's interesting to me because I've only known you as an artist.
Oh, that's, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And and I've had the privilege and the gift of seeing you go through your process. And when you talk about it not being concerned about talent, because I can't draw a lick. I could do a straw little figure thing, and that would be about it. And that's okay. but it's about the passion. And so it seems like that's an entry point that everyone has when they discover it. So how did you discover your passion for art?
Ah, I don't know how to answer that. I just knew I wanted to do
Mm,
this.
mm.
So that my spirit, we kept saying, you go do this. And I finally just had to listen to that voice. You know how sometimes we don't listen to that voice. And when we do, you know, joy shows up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
that's really it. Joy shows up.
Yes. 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 So I'm trying to decide if I want to show y'all a couple of pieces of Deborah's art, but first I want to ask you this question.
Mhm.
And this is my wrong card. So let me see if I can remember the question that I want to
I'm gonna
ask you,
go
Deborah.
get it.
Yeah, it's right there on the
Table.
counter. Yeah. So, okay, forget it. Cuz I want to stay for a moment because so many people have this belief that they can't do something, be it art or whatever, right? And what you're saying is to trust your intuition
Mhm.
and to listen and to listen. And so that sounds like a deep practice to me.
Well, that's the challenge because you can hear that voice
Mhm.
and you don't pay attention.
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
when you start to practice it more and I start listening to the voice, not my ego voice, not my monkey voice, but that voice, and we know the difference.
Mhm.
Then I go, "Oh, I can do this." But I just want to add, you said you can't draw. I don't think I can draw. I went and I did a class, and I should go get it and show you. And this guy was so fabulous online. By the end of the hour, I had drawn a landscape. That's adorable.
Wow.
I'll show it before, just give me
Yeah.
time. So I don't bel you if you think you can't do it and you wanna do it, just do it. I'll tell you the guy's name too. I think he's
Mhm.
Sean something. I'll get it before, or we could always, put it on a chat thing. So, yeah, I mean, it's if there's a passion, if there's I used to call it a yearning.
Yeah, I like that
It's the
word
same
too.
thing. It's
Yeah.
my spirit talking to me, and the
Yeah.
more I pay attention, the happier I am.
Yeah. Yeah. So this has evolved over time
Mhm.
and I bear witness to that evolution. And something that's coming up in this evolution is you becoming a curator. So,
Tell the story.
yeah, share about how
Bef
this is unfolding or how
Okay.
it unfolded.
So before I answer the Rev's question, I have to tell you something that happened with me and Reverend Melissa. I About 3 weeks ago, I was feeling like I can't do this. I should pack up the bags and sell my art stuff, blah blah blah. And I called her and we were on the phone and I started crying and I said, I can't stand this struggle. I said, I can't find my way into my art. And I was crying, and she said, "Deb," she said, "when are you gonna acknowledge that this is your process?"
Mm,
And I went, "Well, what do you mean?" She said, "This is not the first time we've talked about this." I said, "But I don't want to struggle anymore." She said, "Deb, it's your process."
mm.
And once we talked about that, all of a sudden I was fine. So I just,
Yeah,
I,
I'm glad you brought that up because it applies to anything, right? Writers who feel like they have writer's block,
yeah.
ministers who feel like they don't have another sermon to give, you know, anything. Look at it, if we could look at it as just part of our process and just accept it, it just opens up and frees us in a way to let us know that there's more.
And to pay attention to, why do you have this yearning? Why do you have this
Yeah.
passion? You wouldn't have it if there wasn't something there to express.
Yes,
And the
yes,
world needs it, especially
absolutely.
now.
More beauty in the world.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how the artist Deborah Riva is is curator, Debra Riva.
So there's I hope I have time to tell this whole
Yes,
story. Okay.
yes, tell it.
So there's a farm out here, and it's a rescuing horses. So this woman has this farm. Her name is Marissa, and the name of the farm is called Spirit's Promise. Right there is a beautiful name. And she takes in horses who are about to be slaughtered, or I don't even know the right word to say. People can't take care of them anymore, or they've passed away, or whatever the reason is. She takes horses in. Um, I've been there, and Melissa's been there to visit. You can go on and take a tour. And last summer, not this summer, last summer, I just had a block about my art. And this woman, Marissa, learned about she was trained as an equine therapist. So I don't know if you guys know about this, but there is a form of therapy using horses. Horses are just amazing in terms of reading your inner feelings. So last summer I thought, oh, so I was stuck. I was stuck again, because that's what artists do. They get stuck. And I also was concerned because my brother, who's 4.5 years older than me, I'm 83, my brother's about to be 88, has dementia. And so I was feeling like, oh my God, is this my future? So I went, I'm going to have a session. So I called Marissa up, and I went, and we had this amazing session. There was a horse. I'm in a big round barn, a horse, and then a little pony horse. And they were just there, and we were in the middle. And we're having this session. She's talking to me. I'm telling her what's going on for me. This horse comes up to me this close, and I can feel the heat of his breath. And I started crying. And he went behind me, and he put his head on my head. And I cry every time I tell the story. And he stayed there. And it wasn't a moment. It wasn't a minute. He must have stayed there like 7, 8 minutes. And she said, oh my God, Deb, he's never done that before.
Wow.
And when the session was over, she said, now I want you to go home and paint what you think or what you feel dementia looks like. So I answered, oh, and then we could do an art show in that barn over there. Just came out of my mouth, because that's who I am. If you know me, you know we don't know what's coming out of my mouth all the time. And she said, sure. So, and she has another barn where she does, people can go and do line dancing, and you can learn it, and so on and so forth. So I called her a couple of months later, and I said, are you serious? She said, yeah. She said, why don't you come? We can talk about it. So I went, and we had a great conversation. She and I connected. It was beautiful. It is beautiful. And she said, we talked about how to work this out. And I said, well, this is not about my art. I don't want to have just my art. I have friends who are artists, and I'd like to invite them. So she said, okay. So I invited 4 other people. They all said yes. The dates worked out. One of the artists is a graphic designer. He created the flyer, which I think you're going to share with everybody. So the show is August 2nd, but so I came home, and I went, oh my God, I just curated an art show. I was like, oh my God. So then I asked the group, I said, so we all came to see the space. And I said to them, I said, please trust, this is not my ego. But could we say curated by Debra Riva? And they all said, yeah, of course, you curated it. So that's how I became a curator. So now I'm thinking about other people who I can invite to another show at the Spirit's Promise.
That is a delicious story. And I love how you declared who you are. Right? I am an artist. I am a curator. We could just declare it, y'all. We could just declare it. So I want to share with you all. I'm going to share the flyer, but first I want to share the painting of dementia that you drew, that you painted. And I just want to point out that Marissa said, did Marissa say to you to paint what dementia looks like for you? Right?
Looked like or felt like, I don't know.
Felt like, looked like, and then you came home and you did it. She took action, y'all. It's not enough for us to just talk about stuff. We have to take action. And so this is what Debra created. And I love this so much. So Deborah, just talk a little bit about dementia, this painting. Let me see if I can.
Well, I don't I I always say if I'm gonna have dementia, I want the kind of dementia where I don't know I have it. So that's all I ask. If this is gonna happen, just I don't want to know about it. So you know, in doing this, I kind of know now to have to have contrast and differences. And so I just played. Truly, I played. I wasn't even thinking about what it was going to look like, and is it going to sell, and is somebody going to like it? Because that's my monkey mind that I have to keep shutting off. I put it on the shelf. So I'll be back later. I'll catch up to you. So it was. I used stencil, I used colors, I used what I like. I have to use colors that I like, otherwise it's not going to turn out to be anything that I like or anybody else is going to like. And that's another thing that I learned from all the classes I've been taking, and that is that if you like it, don't worry about anybody else liking it. If you like it, there's some bodies out there that would like it. And if you don't like it, forget it. No one's going to like it. And not to even think about who. It's out in the world. Whoever's supposed to see it will see it.
So we have the opportunity to participate in this fabulous show that Deborah has curated, her first curated show. One of many. And this is happening when, Deborah?
August 2nd is the opening. I mean, it's out here in Riverhead. It's far from the city. I don't know where you guys are. Oh, well, you are. You're in Westchester.
Well, people are everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. So it's the opening is August 2nd from 4 to 8, and then it'll be on at the farm till August 17th. We might extend it a week or so, but those are the dates right now, August 2nd to the 17th. But if you can come to the opening, because it's going to be great. And you can get a tour of the farm and meet all the horses. There's a horse there that one is blind, and there's another horse that kind of takes care of it. But there's another horse that has a seeing eye goat that lives in his pen. I mean, there's two of them together. I mean, it's just a fabulous place. Forget about the art. It's a fabulous place to go.
It's both and. It's both and.
Right.
Spirits Promise, the art show, the opening reception is August 2nd from 4 to 8. And, someone's at the door.
Excuse me.
This is a live show, y'all, as you can see. So the opening reception is August 2nd. The show will be on until at least until August 17th. So if you can come, if you're in the area, or if you could get to the area, please come. It's amazing art. So I mentioned that right behind me is some of Deborah's pieces. And I love this whole series because it's very whimsical. It's very fun. For me, it expresses joy. So you could see her play of color and just letting herself go. And I just think this applies to every area of our life, for us not to restrain ourselves in any way, because it's all within us. It's all within us, just waiting to be released and unleashed, if you will. So while Deborah's taking care of the door, let me just check in with you all to see what you would like to share. So thank you, Fee King, for sharing with your circle and my circle. Yes, that inner 4-year-old. When we get that, when that still small voice, right? When we hear it and we listen and we pay attention and we take action, we may sometimes be surprised by what comes out, by what gets created. We might have one idea of something and we keep listening and listening and listening. And before we know it, we have a whole book, we have a whole play, we have a curated art show. Fee says, This convo inspired me and speaks to my entire beingness. Nichiren Buddhism reminds us that to struggle is a fundamental aspect of human existence. Thank you, Miss Deborah. Beautiful.
See, that's the difference between I don't want to suffer. I'll struggle, but I don't want to suffer. And I
Yes.
was getting the two mixed up.
Mm,
So I got clear about that. That's great. I'm glad you shared that.
that's a powerful distinction.
Yeah.
Struggle
Yeah, I don't want to suffer. I was
and
suffering.
suffering.
And then I went, no, I'm struggling. That's fine.
Yes.
Because you have to struggle. You're a human being.
I want to embark upon some horse therapy. 83, yes, keep living. This is the best show. Perfect timing. I do too, Fee. I want to experience horse therapy as well. And they did all this research about horses and why they are so equipped to facilitate healing. It's because their hearts are so large. And they have even recorded it. There's some special device that records the energy that their hearts emit. And
they read they read you. Like there was a woman who came to Marissa for this, a son. The son was challenged in some neurological way, and he was the horse was good with him. The minute the mother walked in, the horse went crazy. Like didn't want to be near her. And the son whispered to Marissa, he picked up on my mom. My mom hates me.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
I've ruined her life.
Oh my goodness.
And the horse wouldn't have anything to do with this woman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so what happened then?
She met with the woman afterwards and told her.
Wow.
And they had the whole talk. I mean, I don't know, but it wasn't the end of it. She actually shared with the woman what was going on.
Wow.
So I'm sorry that I had to step away. People who I bought the house from 12 years ago just showed up.
Oh my God.
So they're sitting on the porch waiting.
Okay. Well, I'll share this last thing that Fee said. Ms. Deborah's testimony is proof we don't get old because we age. We get old if we stop living, learning, exploring, and being curious about ourselves. Wow. Got me crying. Oh, Fee, that's so great. That's right. Keep on living. And Patty said, thank you for sharing. This was wonderful to meet you here. Keep up your art. Keep being you. I have worked my career as a nurse for my career. Your energy and spirit is so young. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Thank you all for sharing. Yes, we're going to manifest being here. Yes, Fee King. And Patty says, I want to experience that therapy. I always call horses big dogs because they are healers. Yes, they are beautiful. All right, Fee's on it, Deborah. She's like, let's get a group together. Let's love horses. Let's get to August 2nd. I have a hilarious study to share when I see you about bareback horse riding for the first time.
Oh, wow.
I'm not certain if I'm interested in riding, but I want to be in their presence. Yes.
By the way, you don't ride these horses at this farm. They are there to just live a peaceful life. It's amazing.
So again, everyone, I'm going to put the flyer up again. It is Promise of a New Spirit. Even the name. How did y'all come up with the name?
I don't know. We just sat around and all 5 of us and created it.
It's beautiful.
We had one other one and we didn't like it, and I went, nah. And this was it. Once you hear it, you hear it.
Yeah. So it's at Spirit's Promise. It's called The Promise of a New Spirit. The opening reception is August 2nd from 4 to 8 p.m. And the show will be available
to the 17th.
To the 17th of August. And where is Spirit's Promise?
It's in Riverhead. It's on, we call it the North Road. If you just Google it, you'll find it. It's, it's a half an hour from here. So it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours from the city.
Okay. And is there any cost for the show?
No, the cost is bring your checkbook, buy a painting.
All right. There you go, y'all.
And a percentage of the sales go directly to the horses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a win-win-win for everybody. a win-win-win for everybody. So thank you all. Thank you so much, Debra.
Thank you for inviting me to do this. This is so fun.
I'm so glad. I'm so
Yeah.
glad. So to be continued. To be continued, because I'm going to keep bringing this up. I'll keep reminding folks about the show. And thank you, Debra Riva. Do you want to show a couple of pieces? Because we have a little bit of time.
Well, this one is a
I love
collage.
that.
Yeah. It's, I guess, 10 by 10. I decided I needed to do something with a horse, don't you think? And I don't know. This was just a little practice I was doing. I think they're 2.5. They're just fun stuff. Yeah. And with a minute, like a limited palette, like just black and white and neutrals.
Nice.
It's just been a lot of fun and a lot of anguish. I can't do this anymore. Who do I think I am? I'm not an artist. Blah blah blah. I am an artist.
She is an artist. So we declare who we are, and Debra, and I could testify, is an artist, an amazing, amazing artist. So thank you, Debra Riva. Thank you all for tuning in, for your comments, and for your blessings. We appreciate you all so much. So we'll be back tomorrow for another episode of Morning Sit with Rev Melissa. I'll share joy news, but this was all the joy news you needed today about the art show that's happening on August 2nd. So peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes.